Hello and welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live music channel. My name is Chris Au and I'll be your host for today's show. This is session 3 of our live auditions today and tomorrow. I'm really excited to be presenting the Carnegie Laureate Gala Audition finals online. And this is broadcasted all over social media for everybody to enjoy. And today we have a really exciting session with a harpist and 2 pianists performing pieces from all of our repertoire. And it's going to be a really exciting show. And our channel, for all of you who are joining us, is dedicated to bringing live performance and events from international artists around the globe. Hello and welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live music channel. My name is Chris Au and I'll be your host for today's show. This is session 3 of our Carnegie Hall live auditions. Today and tomorrow we'll be presenting musicians from around the world. We have musicians from all over the US, from Europe, from China, all over Asia, who are auditioning to be playing in Carnegie Hall itself, the Weill Recital Hall. And they are auditioning to perform there in New York City in one of the most prestigious venues and well-known venues around the world. We have beautiful, amazing musicians who will be judging, judges, Vera Danchenko as well as August Antonov. Today I will introduce them later, but they are our very esteemed, amazing musicians who will be judging and giving feedback to a lot of the musicians who will be playing today. We have, as I said, a harpist and 2 wonderful pianists performing for us in this. I want to introduce you to our hosts. These hosts from Ouspenskaya, James Welch, Steve Robinson, and myself will be hosting these shows not just within the next 2 days, but throughout the whole season. If you've tuned into us before, you will know that we host shows ranging from live interviews to different music shows. We also have a Beethoven project. These hosts are in charge of panels, moderating different perspectives from all kinds of musicians and different backgrounds, and this is just a pleasure for us to do because we have such amazing collaborators and supporters who make all of this happen, from iClassical, the Colburn School, Fredonia University, Bachfest, Group Muse. These are all organizations who are involved with us, and performers, whether you're a classically trained musician, whether you're in the pop and jazz world, you have the opportunity to connect with these amazing organizations. You get to perform with them. Maybe they will reach out and you have a recording made, or maybe you get to participate in their masterclasses. These are all incredible organizations to be a part of. And speaking of amazing organizations, let me introduce you to Sound Espressivo Global Competition, which is an online live stream competition combining a competition with a live performance experience. So everyone performing today is performing live. It's not a recording. You get to see everyone live. Even I, myself, am live. And so this gives a really immediate effect. And the fact that we are broadcasted all over social media makes it even more immediate and exciting. Progressive Musicians is also a wonderful partner with us, who is an organizer of competitions and concerts at prestigious venues like Carnegie Hall. And we are supported by the team and the bricks and mortar of it all, the virtual concert halls. And this team includes amazing musicians who have gone on to become hosts, script writers, tech producers, directors, graphic designers, social media managers, and just everything that puts this show all together as part of the tech crew. And our goal is to encourage musicians, to nurture musicians and reward them for being proactive about sharing their art. And so this is just a really amazing venture, and this is what we're trying to do to create careers for musicians who are a part of us. And just to show you a little bit about what we do, I'm going to play you some trailers to show you what is happening this season.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Espressivo Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.
Perform on our galas at Carnegie Hall. Our new season of auditions for classical musicians is now available. Performance opportunities for students, young professionals, and seasoned artists. Perform as a soloist or chamber ensemble at Carnegie Hall. Perform a concerto with the New York Chamber Players at Carnegie Hall. Composers submit their works to be premiered at Carnegie Hall. New this season, Laureate Ensembles at Carnegie Hall. Audition to be part of a 3-day intensive workshop directed by some of the world's master musicians, culminating with a performance at Carnegie Hall. Audition live from the comfort of your own home. Get live evaluations from expert judges and expand your online presence through our international internet broadcasts. Additional award and performance opportunities are also available. Visit our website for full details. Don't miss out on these wonderful opportunities to advance as a musician and perform on a world-renowned stage. We look forward to hearing your performances.
Born out of the pandemic in 2020, Sound Espressivo went to venture into finding ways to connect everybody, to find opportunities for musicians to discover their own unique voice. And we looked for musicians who took initiative to forming their own programming. And after the pandemic, we discovered that we could blend the whole online arena with the in-person venues that we have to offer. And as you can see, you get to perform in Carnegie Hall live and with an orchestra perhaps as well. And this whole experience adds such a wonderful dimension to our 21st century post-pandemic sort of world that we live in. And this world is full of online live auditions, full of different opportunities, different organizations that are reaching out from all over the world who are really invested in musicians. And so I'm really excited that virtual concert halls, Sound Espressivo, progressive musicians, we're all teaming up and making all of this happen. There are performance packages, there are different awards that are available, which we're going to show in just 2 seconds. And these awards are just sublime. There are really amazing opportunities for musicians to discover not only live organizations that present presenters of music from iClassical and Cicerone Music, but also masterclasses and festivals which you can participate in. And we offer scholarship to these contestants who qualify for them. And you get to be able to broadcast your music live, you get to showcase your art, and it's just a wonderful way to be a musician these days, whether you're in school, whether you're a professional, whether you're professional and looking for more opportunities, that you already have a job but you also want to discover other artists and collaborate with them. This is just a wonderful way in which we can do. And speaking of wonderful things that we do, I think one of the best things that we actually have are the guest judges. And so without further ado, I want to introduce them to you and show you what these judges not only look like, but are all about. The first one I'll introduce is, of course, our veteran and on the board of the Sound Espressivo competition, August Antonov, who is a wonderful, brilliant pianist who won silver medal with his American Journey CD. You've studied all around the world, from Bulgaria, France, and the US. You play all sorts of repertoire to such high acclaim, and I love listening to what you have to say to all our contestants. So welcome back to the stage. You are so cherished here.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me again. It's a pleasure to be with Sound Espressivo. It's a pleasure to see everything we have accomplished since the beginning. And it's great to have you as a host.
No, we work on this together, and I've discovered, because what's wonderful about our organization is the fact that we get to collaborate consistently. You know, we don't have people who come in and then we just never see them again, and you're one who's stuck around and we're just getting to know each other. It's just amazing to have you. And without Next, I want to introduce Vera Danchenko Stern, a venerable, amazing musician. Welcome to the show. I'm going to introduce you to everyone. You're an internationally acclaimed artist, chamber player, teacher, who's gained recognition as one of the foremost coaches and pianists in her field. I've listened to some of your master classes and your feedback to our contestants, and it's always so exciting and full of knowledge and wisdom. You have gained praise from conservative universities all around the world for being super professional, dependable, and caring. You are the founder of the Russian Chamber Art Society, which is just fantastic. You were born in Russia and you studied, and you also were a faculty member of the Krishnan Institute of Music in Moscow. Your artistic and teaching career in the former Soviet Union has qualified you as a soloist and accompanist for singers and instrumentalists, and as a piano teacher. Ms. Danchenko Stern, you lived in Toronto for 13 years, actually where I'm based at the moment, and was in the Faculty of Piano at the Royal Conservatory of Music. It is wonderful to have you. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
No,
I
it's
did freeze again.
Yes. We'll work on that. And without further ado, long as we have you, I want to thank you, all the judges, for being there. And I want to introduce our first contestant. Her name is Ana Maria Mendieta. She is a harpist of the professional category, and she will be performing Raúl La Parra's Tientos, and she comes to us from the United States of America. You have the stage. Welcome. Bravo! Wow. That was amazing. That was brilliant playing. August.
Yes, good evening. Nice to meet you. Thank you for playing for us. No, I loved it. Very well done. I was actually looking at the piano score as you were playing. I had
Fantastic.
yeah. So obviously, I'm not an harpist. I am not even going to attempt to go into the technical details. Musically wise, I musically I kind of lost sometimes the melody.
Okay.
And we hear you hear your bass as far as the 8 notes in the bass. We hear them very well, but sometimes your melody, your right hand, at least on this side of the screen, was a bit too softer than what it should be. But otherwise, was very good. Phrasing wise, I loved it. Very good phrasing, very good interpretation. One question, and again, I'm not a harpist. Is it possible to play it a bit faster?
Yes, I can.
That may also benefit. That may also bring more excitement to it than just the speed that you're doing it right now. Again, I'm not. That's all I'm gonna say. You played very well. I loved what you're doing. I'm looking forward to hearing more of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you so much, Avgus. That was really good. And and Anna Maria, I really enjoyed this piece. Thank you for joining us on the virtual stage, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for being part of our show. And now we're going to move on to our next contestant, and she is within the age group of 11 to 14. She is a pianist. She's playing Franz Liszt's Concert Etude No. 3 on sospiro. She comes to us from the United States, and her name is Grace Cho. Welcome to the stage, and I look forward to hearing you. Bravo. Beautiful playing. Vera, would you like to start us off with some comments?
Yes, if you wish. Okay. Grace, it's really, really beautiful. Do you love this music?
Yes.
Yes. Are you in love with this music?
Yes.
What do you feel when you play it?
I feel happy when I play it.
Yes. Do you know what Il Sospiro means, right? Do you know what the name of this etude means?
No, not really.
You know what? I would definitely highly recommend you to pay attention to what it says. Maybe you can get some beautiful ideas from the name. Try to figure it out next. That will be your homework to find out what Il Sospiro means. That will be so helpful. It's a whole different idea of the picture you play. Concerning the way of flowing, what I may recommend is your left hand is constantly on the move. So as soon as you finish, don't wait. It's always on the move. And then your passage has one flow. It's like one hand plays. We do not really hear left, right. So we hear it just one endless motion of this gorgeous melody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And also that will help you to relax. I feel that you can be more relaxed in your neck and shoulders, and your arm will be much move much more free and more pleasant, because you thinking of this in the parameters of, it feels like to me anyway, too vertically. You have to be on time with everything. But yes, it's absolutely correct. But now you have to go through the bar lines. It's like there's never a bar line, so it's always those phenomenal waves. And it will be so helpful if you could make dynamically broader. If you start softer and then bring it up to the forte or the level of you plan to do, but always something needs to happen. You're very, very accurate player. You're a very good player, but now try to liberate your soul and let your heart to take part in playing this piece. So, and just to begin with, maybe a couple of these recommendations could be interesting for you to think about. Okay. Augusta, please.
Well, hello, Grace. Nice to meet you. Thank you for playing for us. A couple of questions. How long have you had this piece?
Like last year.
Okay. All right, very good. You played it very well, and I agree with what Vera was saying. I will get even more specific. I will start. She mentioned that you play tenths. Yes, you do, because you are not breathing, you're thinking you're breathing. You're breathing through the nose when in fact you have to breathe through the mouth, like a sportswoman. Do you do any sports?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I play field hockey.
All right. Well, when you play field hockey, you're breathing through the mouth. We agree.
Yeah.
Same thing on the piano. Breathing through the mouth will allow you to get more air, will allow you to relax all your shoulders, your neck, and just be more free. So that's the first thing. The next thing I'm going to address, so one thing that kind of bothered me a bit is the fact that we heard way too much of your 16ths, the left hand, left hand, right hand, and not enough of the melody. And that's a problem. And I noticed that you're not using any soft pedal either. Is there a reason for that, or what?
It's kind of uncomfortable for me.
Okay, because
like I'm not really used to it, I guess.
No, that's a perfectly valid reason. I also noticed, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're using the pedal without any shoes.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the reasons why it's not comfortable. I would suggest to use shoes without high heels. High heels, again, I'm not an expert in high heels, but as far as I'm concerned, high heels cause issues with the pedal. So make sure to work on using the soft pedal. That will help you with the dynamics and would help you with the voicing. But what's even more important is that you control your hands when you do the 16ths, so that those 16ths are really like a wave. If you think of the sea, of the beach, and you see all those waves, same thing. We needed to think of it as a wave, and then the melody as a big phrase. Because right now your melody is very, like Vera was saying, it's very on time, very precise, which is very good, but we're lacking the phrasing of, if that makes sense. I know Vera and me may be saying things that may be a bit too complex for you to understand, so hopefully your teacher will help you with all those comments. The next item I'm going to address very quickly is your dynamics, as a matter of fact. Your dynamics are very on a mid-range, if you understand what I'm saying. You have to get past that mid-range. You have a whole bunch of variations of dynamics in this piece that goes from piano in the beginning all the way to a forte, double forte even, goes back down to pianissimo. I believe there is a pianissimo at the end. And you have to take us on a voyage and describe to the audience, to those of us that listen to you, what the music says. Obviously, knowing what un sospiro means helps, but what's as important is expanding on the dynamics, on the dynamic levels. Okay, so just just take those comments as they come. Look at them with your teacher, and I look forward to hearing you again in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. This is a really good start performing, and it always takes a lot of experience to be able to perform really well, and I really applaud you, Grace, for being part of this stage. Thank you also to August and Vera for your really good suggestions and piece of advice. So what makes our competition very special is that after you perform, you get to hear some feedback and some things that you can work on right away, and you feel like you're part of a process that's bigger than yourself. And I applaud you, Grace, and I look forward to hearing you in the future. We're going to pivot now to promote and to talk about what else we have to offer before our final contestant for this session, and that is to do with our upcoming season. I'm going to play this trailer for you first, which tells you all about what you have to expect from between now and July 2024. So as you can see, we have an amazing amount of different ensembles and orchestras you can perform with. And for anybody who's young musician and out there looking for initiatives and different organizations, I encourage you to look at our Laureate ensembles as well. This is a chance to work with Maestro John Karboff, who will direct you in a cello ensemble. We have all strings ensembles led by the incredible Kelly Hart-Tompkins. She is not only an incredible musician herself, but also a great director and artist. There are flute choir ensembles led by Rita D'Arcangelo, and she will be leading that, as well as we have all strings ensemble led by Emil Shinovsky. We have just incredible amounts of different ensembles that you can be a part of to perform in. Not to even begin to mention the castanet one led by Teresa Laiz, who was one of our prize winners, who performed in Carnegie Hall last year to incredible acclaim, and she is going to be back. And last but not least at all, we have guitar ensemble led by Julio Reyes, and we just had him as a judge in our second session, and he's such a genuine amazing musician who has played and worked with the likes of Ken Nagano and many other directors. Not to even begin to mention, we have these incredible orchestras from the Western New York Chamber Orchestra to a Czech Republic orchestra, as well as the Cairo Opera Orchestra and the Boulder Symphony Music Academy, who are putting all of these events together so you can perform with them. And they are just so exciting. They're so excited to have you, and these opportunities are also so exciting because you get to not only play with orchestra, but you get to work with different conductors and musicians, not just in the US, but overseas in Europe, and you get to absorb this amazing way in which music pans out for a lot of these musicians. So we have an exciting season up ahead, and for everyone watching, I really encourage you to check out our website at soundespressivocompetition.com or progressivemusicians.com or choreorchestra.com, and these are ways to find out more about these opportunities to definitely apply and to be a part of something greater and bigger than what perhaps you're used to. A lot of the time, opportunities have to come from those who seek them. Okay, a lot of opportunities in our music career aren't just given to us, and we have to seek them. We have to make the right connections. We have to meet new people, network around, and find the people who are what I call kindred spirits, people who are close to you musically, artistically, as well as personally. And these developed into incredible relationships. And I realized that through school and festivals and other music academies, this is how it all forms. And I'm very grateful for all the friendships and relationships I've had within the music world because of these opportunities. Now, I'm going to introduce our final contestant of today. He's a pianist, and he's also from the US, and he's performing Chopin's Waltz in F major, opus 34, number 3. He's in the age group of 15 to 18, and his name is Neil Krishnan. Welcome to the stage, and have a great performance. Bravo! That's amazing. Congratulations, Neil, on a fine performance. August, let's have you first.
Yes, hey Neil, nice to meet you. Thank you for playing for us. Where are you from?
I'm from San Jose, California.
Okay, great. How long have you had this piece?
About a year, I think.
Okay. Well, good. It's very good. You're playing it very well. I'm gonna just make a few short comments. Take them as they come. Obviously, your teacher will help you with the details, with those comments. The first thing I'm going to say is be careful with your right hand and your 8 notes. Sometimes it lacks a bit of equality for me. So be careful with that. Second, your pedal. In Chopin, you have multiple pedals, multiple type of pedals. You have a full pedal, half pedal, quarter pedal. And so you need to play, obviously you can ask your teacher to show you the specifics, but you need to play a bit with those variations of pedal to help with the clarity of the whole thing. Okay. The next item I'm going to address quickly are the dynamics. Be very careful with the dynamics in the sense that sometimes you're not doing what the composer wrote as far as dynamics. So follow carefully the music. Be very attentive to what you're doing as far as dynamics. And the last thing I'm going to address, because that kind of bottom it just a bit, be careful with the rubato you're doing. This is a waltz. And I know in a waltz we can do rubato, but the rubato you're doing, for my taste, it's too much. It's way too much. So be careful with that. Again, it's Vera may have different opinion or different things to say. Each person has a different take. Each of us, as teachers, as performers, have a different way of looking at the music. What you do, is take those comments, look at them with your teacher, and then use the best of those comments that we give you to help you get better. Otherwise, very well played. I hope to hear you in the future again.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. It's beautiful, very sensitive, very musical, very gentle approach, which I like very much. And to continue what you just heard, from my esteemed colleague, to continue with recommendations, suggestions. First of all, it's very interesting rhythm in waltz. It's a 3, yam pam pa yam pam pa yam pam, and it's 3 goes to next one. What I heard sometimes, your left hand sort of was like separate issue from your right. You were not zusammen, you were not together all the time. Why? Because your last quarter, number 3, in the left hand was ahead of your right. Little bit, split hair, almost maybe unknown, but that's caused a little bit of discomfort. See, to avoid that, and that will be also helpful in more precise, articulated right hand, your 8 notes, because they're melody. They're melodical. It's not just a virtuoso piece to show your virtuosity. It's a phenomenal, beautiful, very sensitive lyrical melody. That's what it is. Yarada, dira, 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 dira. And if you think of more connection of last to first, that will be very helpful. I had in my life experience of playing at the National Ballet School of Canada for several years. And that what taught me what I am telling you, because going from the movement of the waltz, what is the most important beat in the waltz out of 3?
The first?
Yes, but what's happened? 1 and the 1. So what they doing? Are you a good dancer, by the way?
No. Not at all.
Please do try. Get your parents arranged. Do waltz, because without waltz, music does not exist. Whatever great composition, you may find an element of waltz. It just happened. So when you move, your third beat, your last step is the lightest. 1 2 and 1 2 and 1. So if you will think instead of 1 2 3 1 2 3, because you always rushing 3, we all do, but doing 1 2 3 1 2, that connection could be very, very helpful, covering the parameters of rhythmical comfort, and of course that enough time for you to express yourself through very even, and just as French people say, je parlais, and that's what we need to hear. This, it's like pearls. Every note is the priceless pearl. That's what it is. In terms of dynamics, of course, I agree with my colleague. Pedaling and rubato, that's always question, and specifically the most delicate and difficult to get. Whole life we spend on what to do with rubato in Chopin. So it's endless work and search. I have a very little practical question. In the last page, when you have left hand, vitara, yaram, pam, the top F note in left hand, because it makes a tense interval, even with your big hands, take it to the right hand. And it's easy because it's F, G, you are already on B flat, yam, papa, fa, re, and then that's it. It's much easier than stretch.
I see.
So we can do a little bit of something special without making known to our judges. So, beautiful playing. Thank you so very much, and I wish you all and every success. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bravo. What I love about this is just hearing all the amazing comments and suggestions by our esteemed judges, Vera Danchenko-Stern, as well as August Antonov. Thank you so much, Neil, for being a part of our virtual stage. It's such a pleasure to hear you, and this is a really beautiful waltz. I can't wait to see how it progresses, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you.
And now I've gone on. This is the final little bit of our third session. I want to give a big hand to our judges for being so kind with their time and generous with their comments. This is what makes us really special. The fact that we're able to give amazing comments after people perform, I think is what makes this competition unique, and it's immediate. I mean, Neil just played and he was able to talk and have a tiny little small short masterclass with August and Vera, one after the other, and it gives a lot of insight as well as closure about the performance, and I hope everyone really enjoyed that. This is what we do so well, and this is what we do and we love doing for our contestants and our musicians. I think it's what makes us special. A lot of different competitions would ask for more money for these comments, and I think that this is something that we offer, which is very special. Now, just to remind everybody, if you are interested in joining and applying for different competitions we have across the board, our upcoming season is really exciting. Please go to soundespressivacompetition.com to see everything we have. We have Laureate ensembles, we have co-orchestra, we have different Sound Espressivo competition events coming up, from the Rachmaninoff competition to the Sound Espressivo virtuosity competition, and they're all going to be held online for the live auditions, but then there are always going to be in-person prestigious venues for you to perform in. So it's just a pleasure for us to host this. And James, of course, this is you're the director of one of just incredible progressive musicians. Welcome to the show. Do you have anything to add? And
Well, it's just great to be here again with everybody, and great to hear all the wonderful performances and all of the wonderful judges' comments. And, really happy to be on the producing tech end of this today, because I get to see everything from the back end all the way to the front, and it's overwhelming in one of the best ways.
Yeah, you get to really follow the whole journey of the contestant from when they're, not with the right tech, or they need some tech help, or they haven't connected properly. I know this morning we had issues from people losing power to losing internet, and you're there from the beginning right to after they perform, and probably even being in touch with them afterwards, depending on how they progress.
Oh, yep. It's a constant communication between the computer and the phone.
Yeah.
And the technology is amazing. We can contact anybody across the globe within seconds, and it doesn't cost $100 to make a long distance call anymore.
Yeah.
So it's
I think that's
really
what makes us all very special, and I love that you're combining a lot of these competition elements with in-person events and in-person venues, and hooking these contestants up with amazing judges like August and Vera is just a huge plus to this experience.
It is, yeah. They're wonderful. We've had so many great educators. I want to say educators and not judges so much, because even with what they've had to say about pieces that I already knew, and you probably already knew, we all learned something new in a great way. And, it's just a great community that we have here. Wonderful. And, it's been a lot of fun. So bravo, everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, we also have another session coming up soon, right? We have one at 5 p.m. Yeah,
in just over an hour, we're back.
Exactly. So for everyone watching, this is an excellent show. Not only do you get to witness amazing music in the making live, but also amazing judging and comments by, as you say, our educators. And this is just a great thing for us and for everybody involved. So a big hand to you. Thanks to you, James, for making all this happen.
Thank you.
And also
a
big hand
Chris.
to our team for putting all this up. We have an amazing team of musicians who also do tech, who are putting all these programs together. They are people who support you in the back end as well as in the front end. And we, out of the pandemic, out of all the things we've done, this is one of the things that I think we should be so proud of our team and everyone collaborating with us. And with that, we'll see everybody next time. Thank you for joining. And within the hour, we have another show on. Until then, see you all.
Bye-bye.